Welcome back to FiguringStuffOut.net. This video is about putting the fan shroud on a Type 1 Volkswagen engine for my 1972 SuperBeetle. When last we saw, I had the engine almost together and I had most of the shrouding on. This video is about the fan shroud installation itself. Previous times that I've rebuilt this engine, I had the devil of a time getting the fan shroud right, so that the fan would spin, but that the thermostatic controlled vents at the bottom of the fan shroud would also still move back and forth. It took me forever. This time I did it carefully and I figured out what worked, and this video is about that. After this video, there should be only a couple more before we actually get to the engine start, which is an awesome video and I can't wait to show it to you. I hope this is informative and I hope you enjoy.
The generator is attached to the fan shroud and it's far heavier. So moving this thing is hugely awkward. Hitting something. So I'm going to check the thermostat rod, make sure that connects and is moving the thermostat. Up and down, got the thermostat rod. Thermostat rod is there. This and this connected by this rod, and right inside here is the Hoover bit. Right there is where the throttle cable goes through. To that one of these holes right here. I could get my throttle cable guide and push it through there right now while I can see both ends of the hole. That would be super smart. My throttle cable thing, which is a piece of brake pipe. I'm going to feed that through there, that hole in the fan shroud. Put a big old piece of tape on this end to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. And here is this funny rod with a spring and a baggie of the connectors. Goes in there. It goes on there. And so then they're joined.
An air bath thermostat drives the cooling vanes near my hand, and the rod drives the cooling vanes on the other side of the engine.
So I need to clip those on quick. So those little clips. There's one. Okay, that is secure. The generator strap has the generator strap bolts attached to it. Thanks, past me.
Here I'm just trying to get things moved and flexed so that this fan spins freely. Here I had the idea of using bolts from the muffler kit to put in the side of the fan shroud because they have a hex head and they'd be easier to get at.
There we go. Little hex screws. Same thread, same diameter, I believe. They're not the same diameter, I'm going to cry. Haha! Dun dun! Okay, getting the fan to spin. That is our goal. One thing at a time. Something, what? It drags unless I push on this end of the fan shroud. And now it spins perfectly. That is the weirdest thing. I push down on this end, it drags a whole bunch. This is the bolt that goes into the Hoover bit. There's a spring. Spring connects over here to a little hole right there.
I took a bunch of time here to position the fan shroud so that the flaps run by that rod on the back but move freely and the generator spins freely, and that's really tricky.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, well that works back and forth just fine. And the fan spins without resistance.
With the generator strap tightened, check the fan spin. Check that the cooling flaps still work easily. And now tighten down the rest of the hardware around the fan shroud.
I don't understand the mechanism, but it has up and down and then a little bit of tilt to it. And if this end is all the way down, the fan will spin freely, but then this locked up, like it would only move about 20% of its movement. If this went too far that way, this would drag on over here. So it was maybe slightly up. If I tilted it all the way this way, then the fan would spin, but the vent mechanism would move. If I tilted it all the way, as far as I could go the other way, the vent mechanism would fine, but the fan would drag. But I kind of fiddled with it, and then there was one place where the fan would spin, and this would go chunk chunk back and forth. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it with my finger, and the spring is returning it by spring pressure. Now it basically has no drag. I had problems with that before, and I don't know what the difference is. And the fan shroud, I'm going to mess with the fan shroud, wiggle it, yank on it. Fan still spins, vent still goes. It's a Christmas miracle.
I hope you enjoyed that video about a very specific aspect of putting together a Type 1 engine, which I had a lot of trouble with the first couple of times I did it. There will be a couple more videos about getting the car ready for the engine to go in, and then there will be the engine start video, which is going to be awesome. Click like, please click subscribe to stick around, work on your vehicles if you can, and never stop figuring stuff out.